Tanisha Francis, great start and a better finish to this routine. Don't miss it.
Such amazing body control and power.
This routine is so fun to watch. She's got the great tumbling, but there's so much personality and style throughout.
The product of the UK is all about being a Bond girl.
Tanisha Francis, you thought she was some on the balance beam. Wait till you see that floor exercise. There's Valerie Kondo's field, UCLA head coach for 25 years. She is closing in on her 500th victory. That'll come sometime either next year or early the year after. She already has 6 NCAA championships. Most recent was 2010, and she has produced 25 individual NCAA champions. 4-time National Coach of the Year, 4-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year. You know, we talk about the talent in this conference. How about the coaches? Just as good. Jim Watson, Olympic gold medalist, Amanda Borden in Salt Lake City, live on the Pac-12 networks. We move to rotation 3, and Oregon State begins on the vault. Danny DeSaints from Las Vegas had knee surgery in December. Now coming back to contribute.
That's a typical vault, the Yurchenko-Arabian. It's a blind landing, so she played it safe. Anytime that you cannot see the ground, the last thing you want to do is come up short. So you can see she gets nice rotation off the table. Right here, she can't see the ground as those feet are hitting, and takes the step forward.
This is traditionally a pretty good event for Oregon State. They're still ranked 18th in the nation. Stanford moves to the bars. They are number 5 in the country on this event. It is their best event. This is a good opportunity for Stanford to climb back near the top of the standings.
Becky struggled on this event last week, and we've seen her struggle a few other times in the season, so this is going to be a very important routine. Nice opening combination. She has a unique finish to this routine as well. She does a toe handstand with that full twist, directly connected to the dismount. Beautiful. Head coach Kristen Smith liking that routine.
She's always in that leadoff spot, isn't she, Wade? Tori Wilson, 10 on vault, 9-9 on uneven bars, and of course, she's part of the all-around, and this usually decides that competition. Wilson is normally in the back of the lineup on every event except on this, the balance beam. She's the tone setter.
And goes big right out of the gate. Triple series with 2 layout step-outs connected.
Season high is a 9-9, but it's consistency that wins on this event, and she has 7 straight performances of 9.825 or better. Wilson, DeBritz, Lothrop, and we'll see Becky Tutka on the floor only tonight. Those are the 4-star seniors for Utah, their final performances inside the Huntsman Center.
Dismounting here. 1.5 twist. Sticks the landing. She is on it tonight.
The last time the Pac-12 had a back-to-back champion in the all-around was Mohini Bhardwaj at the turn of the century.
And she was on the Bruins team.
That's right. Went on to be an Olympian.
A lot of lineup changes here for UCLA. Gerber back in that top spot. Clean double tack to start the routine.
Gerber's career high on floor is a 9.85, came at Stanford earlier this year. They would take a 9.85 starter.
One and a half pike front to that jump. She's very dramatic choreography.
Anybody remaining wants to be a Pac-12 champion, they have to go at least 9.95 on any event. And if you want to be part of the vault championship, you got to be perfect. Best score on the floor still Jessie Sisler this morning, 9.95 from Arizona.
Well, strong start for UCLA.
Kayla Gerber, sophomore, Cambridge, Ontario. She had also been showing up in the beam lineup all season long. Had been in and out of the floor lineup. That was her 8th performance this year. The Saints, 9.825 opener for Oregon State. Megan Jimenez, her only performance tonight, sophomore. Southern California, she's a vault specialist. She's only a sophomore. She's gone 10 out of 10 on this event. Has never had a fall.
What a strong vault there. She went clear to the end of the mat.
Right in the back of the bullpen. There's a wall behind that pad.
I think that's the most distance we've seen today.
That's your long jump champion for sure.
Gets out of that shot there.
Do the tall gymnasts have to stand in the back for the high tens? Seems easier, doesn't it?
It does. Not too many tall gymnasts around here, though.
Well, it's a relative term. Remember last time we were here, they had short person appreciation night. Anybody under 5 foot got in free. 9.875 for Becky Wing to start for Stanford. Nikki McNair now second up.
She's a very powerful gymnast, and she brings that to the uneven bars, really to all 4 events.
She's gone 9.925 on this event.
Watch the height of this dismount. It's above the bar on that full twisting double back.
Yeah.
Gives her enough time to open it up for a perfect landing.
You can see Chris Swarzik, the assistant coach for Stanford. All he did is just point at her, say that's exactly what we wanted. Tori Wilson got a 9.875. Right now, the all-around battle is between teammates Tori Wilson and Georgia DeBritz, and DeBritz needs a 9.9 to take the lead in the all-around.
They were tied coming into this rotation.
Corey Lothrop was just behind all 3 of the Utah all-arounders.
Back handspring layup, step out. Great save. She looked a little crooked there. You mentioned when she was on bars, she came in as an event specialist and has continued to add events year after year. And this was the final event she added. Last year we saw her compete on 3 events only. Beautiful combination with that side aerial.
This is the only event in which DeBritz is not ranked among the nation's best. Season high came against Oregon State. And Corvallis 9.875.
Well, she nailed it tonight.
That might be her best.
I mentioned on vault, this is friendly competition amongst this Utah team. One delivers, the next one tries to beat it. The reality is it just helps the team score get higher and higher.
There's Megan Marsden, who's the co-head coach, wife of Greg Marsden, former Utah gymnast. She's in her 6th year as the co-head coach, 31st year on campus. Gerber went 9.85 for UCLA. Apualani Hall, for UCLA, as they've changed the top 3 in their rotation here on the floor. Now, Hall is just a freshman. She's from Kansas City. She went 9.85 against Arkansas in the last meet and earned herself a spot in the rotation.
And a tough first tumbling pass right here, double Arabian.
Stayed in.
Front fold to the front pike. Tumbling right towards those teammates.
UCLA is ranked 8th on the floor.
Beautiful finish. Strong tumbling throughout that routine.
First and maybe the only performance for Hall tonight. It looks like she made it count. Jimenez with a 9.8. And it should be Maddie Gardner. So she and Jimenez flip in the Oregon State lineup. Maddie Gardner has 2 wins on the vault and a career-high 9.9.
And another beautiful vault for her.
It's Michael Chaplin right there in the white shirt. Wife of Tanya Chaplin, co-head coach.
See, beautiful in the air. Landing on that 8-incher does make it a lot harder to be clean and stick, but still not much of a deduction.
It looks like, and is it like landing on a mattress?
It is.
Your feet just sink in.
Yeah, it does help if you're nursing an ankle injury or you have any aches or pains for sure.
Nikki McNair with a 9.9 for Stanford. Once again, here's Christina Vikulik. Vikulik went 9.8 on vault and 9.9 on floor.
She is beautiful on this event. Opens up right there with that clear of heck to the high bar. It's her toe point and her lines that are just flawless.
9.925 is the season best for Vikulik, but capable of more.
Well, this has been absolutely beautiful throughout this routine. Finishing double layouts.
That was pretty good.
That is going to be a big score.
Oh, look at Vikulik like a pro, just that half a fist pump saying, I knew I had that. I've been doing this a long time. Get on my back.
Well, she is an absolute beautiful athlete, and it's been great to see her gaining that strength again for the lineup on all these events.
9.925 for DeBritz. She passes Tori Wilson for first in the all-around, so right now it goes to Britz, Wilson, and then Peshek. Now it's Maddie Stover, the freshman balance beam specialist who has been really good on this event. Maddie Stover coming off her first collegiate win last week at Georgia against a hostile SEC crowd. She actually tied Bailey Rowe, her teammate. They both went 9.9. But Stover's gone 6 straight performances at 9.8 or better.
Well, she looks very confident and is beautiful on this event.
This is her only event. She's going to have surgery on her forearm in the offseason, but they'll bring her back in more than one next year. You can count on it. 2012 regional champion on balance beam for her club team, Wildfire Gymnastics in Southern California.
We've talked about Utah's freshman class. They are competent and consistent, and there is a bright future for this team, especially on this event.
Yeah, I was talking with Tom Farden, the assistant coach here at the University of Utah, and saying, boy, beginning of this year, I thought you're going to lose Tutka, and you're going to lose Lothrop, and you're going to lose Wilson, and you're going to lose DeBritz, and there might be a drop-off next year. And then all these freshmen, and then Bailey Rowe, the sophomore, all started filling in and pumping up big numbers. And now I'm not so worried about the Red Rocks next year.
Well, to be that perfect as a freshman on the balance beam under pressure, Looking good.
Kari Lee, Tiffany Lewis. Partika's a freshman. Maddie Stover's a freshman. And Bailey Rowe, the sophomore. That's the future for Utah. Here's Danusha Francis, as promised, with the James Bond themed floor exercise. A lot of ingenuity, a lot of flexibility, and a lot of fun.
That's right. Great choreography. It fits her personality. And of course goes right to the music. But it also comes down to tumbling passes, and she makes it look easy.
She had a 9.95 on floor a couple of weeks ago against Nebraska. 5 scores of 9.9 or better.
Another effortless landing there on the 2.5 twist. This is where she showcases her flexibility, but you think that looks hard, you just wait. Still not finished.
Using the limbs as weapons. Oh.
Right at us.
Oh, that was perfect placement. And always that effervescent smile. One final tumbling pass, and just like Bond, it's got to be a happy ending. Oh, just short. Crowd still likes it.
She held on to it.
This is a rival crowd cheering that.
So fun to watch her. She really performs and draws you in, and she stands out with her flexibility and an attitude. You know, when we talked to Val about her earlier in the season, she said, you know what? She's as cool as she looks.
It's Chris Waller there in the blue shirt, associate head coach in his 12th season at UCLA. Gardner went 9.85. Erica Offiero, first time we've seen Erica tonight. One of the captains.
And a strong vault for her. Nice position into the table. Good forward coming off. You can see those feet glued together throughout that full twist, and just that little hop back.
We should see Erica one more time. She should close the meet for Oregon State on the bars. 9.9 for Vakulik. I'll tell you what, Vakulik is right in the hunt as well.
She's really come through for this team today.
She's going to have to finish on beam, but if things fall right for her, Vakulik may have a chance to steal the all-around. Sam Shapiro. We saw Shapiro on the floor with a 9.75.
Beautiful release combination. My comment on her toe point is probably one of my favorite to watch. She has such great flexibility, and those feet never come apart throughout this entire bar routine.
They didn't there.
Floats that double layup.
Really enjoyed watching Christina Vakulik just because she was such an elite gymnast when she showed up at Stanford.
One of the freshmen for Utah, Kari Lee. She has always been a standout on the balance beam, even as a club gymnast.
Kari Lee's top 10 in the country on the beam. 3 victories and a career best of 9.975. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
Big tumbling pass right here. 2 layouts. It looked like she was a little off in between the connection, but held on to it. Dismounting. double fold. There is big gymnastics here. We've seen all these teams delivering big routines, big scores. We've seen lots of 9-9s or even better.
Francis just a 9.775. They really took off a lot on that last tumbling pass. Angie Cipra. Angie Cipra, usually in the floor and vault lineups for UCLA. And we will see her in the fourth rotation on vault as well.
And opening with the clean double tuck, she can do a full in, watering this routine down. But a fun routine to watch.
Yeah, she's a good dancer. Season high on this event, 9-9 against Cal. Had a 9.85 here at Utah earlier this year.
Nice amplitude and flexibility on her leaps and jumps.
2012 level 10 national floor champion with the elephant walk.
It's kind of her trademark. Oh! Wow, double pike there.
Did she over-rotate that, or did she land on her heels?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Looked like she got her feet caught up and they then couldn't step back in time. Doesn't look like she injured anything. We'll take another look. Remember, she watered this routine down right here on the double pike, though. It was almost like she was too tight in and she pulled those feet through, and then when she went to step back.
Nothing there.
Yeah, she couldn't get her footing.
Chris Waller, teachable moment. Says, I still need you on the vault. They have Peshik and Sadiqa Bynum still to come on floor, so they can't absorb that. Remember, you dropped your low score. Off the arrow, 9.875. Taylor Keeker.
Big vault there. She went 9.925 last week.
Yeah, you know, it's a good story for Oregon State. She didn't make the vault lineup in 2014, and now statistically she's their best vaulter with a season high at 9.925 and hit it a couple of different times. How about Stanford on the uneven bars with 3 straight 9.9s after a 9.875?
And now, next up, Elizabeth Price. She's back in the lineup on bars, and watch this bar routine. It is packed with big release moves.
3 wins this season on bars.
1 right there.
Yeah, this is a different level than a lot of the gymnasts are
2
performing.
right there.
Goodness.
Directly down to handstand and back up to the high bar. And then finishes it out, double layout. She had a shoulder injury that she was nursing throughout the season, so this is a big deal to have her back in the lineup. You have to remember, she might not have had as much repetition, but no problem. Watch the height here. Over that high bar and then down to the low bar to a handstand. You see a lot of athletes connect to the low bar, but it is difficult to get all the way to that handstand, and then of course another release up to the high bar.
Super strong, very dynamic. She was ranked number 2 in the country. You mentioned she got injured at Arizona State. They had to pull her out of the bars, so she doesn't have a lot of routines. Kari Lee went 9.825 for Utah. Bailey Rowe once again. Bailey Rowe just went 9.85 on bars.
She's only competing on bars and beam today. She's been nursing a bruised heel, actually caused from this event.
Bailey Rowe is number 15 in the nation on the balance beam. She has 3 wins and has got 9.9 5 times this year. from Federal Way, Washington, just south of Seattle.
Two backhand springs to that layout, step out. Very nice.
It's a good series. That's right, she sings Michael Jackson while she's up there. I forgot. Who's she talking to?
This is the skill that, oh, wow.
Saved it.
I'm not sure how she saved that. It looked like her feet were completely off the beam. They almost did a dance.
There's the moonwalk.
favorite.
And not as easy as you might think on the beam.
One and a half twist. Wow, that is a great save. Remember, if you fall off the beam, it's 5/10. Watch this when she lands. This gives you a great look. I mean, she is completely off the side. I have no idea.
That was 2 toes. She's like a gecko. How did she stay on?
I'm not sure, but that was amazing. It will be a deduction, but at least it's not 5/10.
Those are the 2 small toes she held on with. Sipper's out of bounds, hurts her, 9-1-7-5. And how many times have you and I said this? UCLA has a bobble, they need something, and you look up, and there's Peshek.
Well, this is what they need right now. This is the event that she hasn't competed as much on.
Yeah, this is the one she's been taking off.
Early in the season, she was having some trouble with some leg cramps, and even in her feet.
Still ranked number 16. And even at 16, that's her weakest event.
But watch this first tumbling pass. It's a big one, double layout.
She went 9.95 at Stanford a couple of weeks ago. This is just her 5th floor routine of the year.
She always makes it look easy. I would like to remind people that this is not easy. Coming back, nice combination work there. Front fold to the front layout.
Peshek had 17 wins last year, had 16 wins coming into this meet. Olympic silver medalist from 2008 and a 10-time All-American, as well as the NCAA balance beam champion as a freshman back in 2011. And right now she has a chance to repeat as the Pac-12 balance beam champion.
They need a solid landing here, finishing double pike. So much height and power, she opens up. That's the routine they needed right now. She opened with a huge double layout that she made look easy, but very difficult to rotate. 2 flips in that extended position.
That's the way it's done, isn't it?
And so much power here. Watch this double pike, and you see a lot of athletes stay in the pike position till their feet hit. Not her. She opens it up for another clean landing.
And she's a great teammate, very popular on campus. Kicker 9.825. Once again, Katiana McMillan.
This is only her 2nd vault of the season. They were glad to add her back in this lineup.
She had a 9.9 on floor, 9.825 on beam.
And a beautiful vault. She went 9.85 on the only vault she's done this season. She might have just beat that there. Gives you a great view of what the judges see. Little leg separation off the table. Her chest was directly over her hips and feet as she landed.
I was teasing Mike Chaplin, associate head coach at Oregon State, saying, you know, earlier this year I looked at your roster, all these young kids. Oregon State might be down a step, but all the kids have responded, especially Katiana McMillan, the sophomore. 9.95, last score for, it was Price and Ivana Hong.
Let's see what she does right here. She went with the release move. We've seen 2 different routines from her. Opening with that release.
Stanford's in the middle of a rally right now. The low score on this event is a 9.875.
Double layout. Little short there on the landing. Big rotation for them.
Remains to be seen, but they could have nothing but 9.9s and higher. It all depends on how much the judges take off for that hop on the short landing. 9.775 for Bailey Rose, so she held on, didn't fall on beam, but they got her anyway. Corey Lothrop. Corey Lothrop is an All-American on the balance beam. Last year she was the leadoff and they switched her to anchor and she's been there ever since.
Switch side with the half twist, very difficult. Coming right back with this tumbling series. Back handspring layout, step out. She looks confident. It's always a great feeling when you're the anchor and the first 5 have at least hit the routine. The score they're hoping to drop is Bailey Rose 9.775.
Utah was leading by about a half a point coming into this, the third rotation. But Utah finishes on floor in front of their home crowd. So they just need to get through this routine. And they just did.
Great rotation.
Corey Lothrop has been doing this for 5 years. Remember, she missed an entire season, 2013, with a torn Achilles and came all the way back. So those cheers got to sound pretty sweet. 9.95 for Peshek. Sadika Bynum, the anchor spot on the floor. 19 in the country, 2 wins, and a career high of 9.975. Still doing the double layout on the opening pass?
Oh yes, and remember, this is a legacy routine performed years back by Ani Willis.
Ani Willis, a former Pac-12 champion.
Here it is. Lots of power and a great landing. We've seen her get close to that white line, no problem today.
This is Bynum's first appearance today, but we should see her on the vault in the 4th rotation.
Combination front to double tuck.
Redshirt junior from Berkeley.
Wow, those last 2 routines really helped out this UCLA team. They had that struggle in the middle. No problem, they get to drop that 9.175.
Clutch performances at the back end of the lineup for UCLA, Samantha Peshek and Sadika Bynum. We'll give you the final scores as we head to our 4th and final rotation. Can UCLA, Stanford, Oregon State catch Utah?
This Pac-12 Gymnastics production is brought to you in HD by Xfinity, Time Warner Cable, Cox, and Bright House.
Session 2 of the Pac-12 Gymnastics Championships inside the Huntsman Center at the University of Utah. And the Red Rocks currently lead 148.625, so their lead is .550 over Stanford, who now moves into second. Stanford went very big on the uneven bars. Let's go back and look at some of the highlights. Georgia DeBritz, 9.925 on the balance beam.
Well, she has been flawless all day today, and this was big for Utah. Clean all the way through, nailing that dismount. And a strong rotation for Stanford on bars. Christina Vakulik, great to see her back in the lineup, strong as ever, and a 9.9 for her. And that was just one of many on that event today, including Elizabeth Price, finishing double layout at a 9.95.
On the floor exercise, Sam Peshek, 9.95. She's right in it in the all-around as usual.
Well, and it was when UCLA needed it most. They came off a mistake from Angie Cipra, and she delivered. And Oregon State on vault, an outstanding rotation for them as well. McMillan finishing it up.
Katiana McMillan goes 9.9.
Beautiful layout, Yurchenko full.
There's Tanya Chaplin, head coach, Oregon State. Her 18th season. She is Oregon State's all-time winningest coach. Pac-12 champions 2 of the last 4 years, 2011, 2013. She is a 5-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year, and her husband, associate head coach Mike Chaplin. Both Tanya and Mike went to UCLA and were both gymnasts. Mike was a 2-time All-American, part of the U.S. national team as well, and his teammate, UCLA associate head coach Chris Waller. So it's a pretty tight community. Everybody knows each other in gymnastics. We'll go to our final rotation. UCLA is going to have to rally over on the vault. Oregon State goes to the uneven bars, Stanford on the beam, and Utah can win the Pac-12 championship at home on the floor in front of 15,000. What a day it's been, but it's not over yet. The Utah fans can taste it. They have won the Pac-12 championship before, but they did not win it at home a couple of years ago. UCLA won it that year, so this would be special. 148-625. They have a pretty strong lead, but it depends what happens now. UCLA goes to the vault. Its best event, number 7 in the country. Janae Honest will start off UCLA. Janae Honest on the vault, 9.85 at Stanford, that's her best. There are going to be some lineup changes. We'll give them to you as we go. That's what the delay is. You see Chris Waller's over there, Valerie Condos Field looking over his shoulder to make sure they get it just right.
You know, I talked to them before the competition started, and almost on every event they warm up 8 athletes. Remember, you only have to pick 6 for the lineup, so they really let the warm-ups determine what their lineups are going to be. 8 warm-up, the best 6 make the lineup for this competition, and so that is why you see so many changes for UCLA.
The early indication is that they're just going to flip the 2 and the 3 here, so Cipra would go up 2nd, Sonia Miraz would go 3rd, but this is a lot of chatter for just a simple switch. Look at Janae Honest having fun. This is the first time we've seen Janae Honest today.
This is always tough when you've done the warm-up and now you have to stand and wait. And see, they try to stay relaxed. You don't want to overthink. Sometimes when you're waiting for the judges, you begin to overthink things. You stay relaxed. You can kind of see her. She's running through those last-minute things in her head as well.
There's Swoop, the mascot for the University of Utah. I thought he might be at the basketball game today.
Well, he's keeping the fans entertained while we wait for the judges.
Yeah, it's been a good day for Utah sports fans. Larry Krzysztofiak and the basketball team beat Georgetown today, and they had it up on the big screen during the break between session 1 and session 2. So Utah is going to the Sweet 16 in men's basketball. Meantime, our women's gymnastics team is on the verge of winning the Pac-12 championship and moving on to the regionals. So Janae Honest, now this is her only event. You talk about a weight. Normally she starts a meet on the vault either in the 1st or 2nd rotations. That's UCLA's old team manager, the tall guy standing there. He's no longer allowed on the floor, so he's keeping everybody entertained in the crowd. Valerie Condos with that Cheshire smile on her face and enjoying the moment in the middle of the floor and says, yeah, come on. We all love gymnastics no matter what color we're wearing, right? Coach Val.
Wow, they're still trying to figure out what's going on down here with the lineup. Judges going back and forth.
Yeah, this is not an inquiry on a score from earlier, is it?
I don't think so. I think that they're rearranging the lineup and the judges had to redo the paperwork. And it looks like they are just about ready.
Back in 2012, UCLA trailed Utah here and rallied on the balance beam in its final rotation to pass the Red Rocks and win and rip away the Pac-12 Championship. They're in the same position, just on a different event now, and Janae Honest has to start the fire.
And the freshman delivers. She not only had to wait, she put up a big start to this rotation.
She's had nothing under 9.825 all year long. Coach Val meets her right in the middle of the arena. Yeah, she just knows she's going to go up and throw something 9.825 or better. It's just a good starter. You don't have to worry about it. All right, now there's been changes for UCLA. We'll give them to you as we go along. Let's go over to Oregon State in the bars. Taylor Keeker in the leadoff.
Strong handstand to start the routine. Nice Jaeger, a little short there on both of those handstands, the high and the low. Finishing, perfect double layout though.
Second event for Keeker today on the vault. She had a 9.825. Stanford has the toughest road to come back. They're on the balance beam. Becky Wing, lead off. Senior from Farnborough, England. Number 28 in the country. 7 of her 9 balance beams this year have been a 9.85 or better.
Difficult opening there. Full twisting back handspring. Beautiful connection. Oh, came up a little short there, but held on to it.
Remember that UCLA's Sam Pescic currently has the top mark on the balance beam of 9.95. That's the number to beat. Pescic could repeat as balance beam champion. Tori Wilson already has a 10 on the vault. Nobody's beating that. Uneven bars, Corey Lothrop, Utah. Elizabeth Price, Stanford, both 9.95s. And on the floor, Sisler from this morning, 9.95. Pescic, 9.95 for UCLA here in the evening session.
And that was a strong finish for Becky Wing, and a good start for Stanford on the balance beam.
Bailey Rowe to lead off for Utah on the floor. That's a change in their lineup. The all-arounders coming into this rotation. DeBritz was leading, and Wilson and Pescic were tied .050 behind. It's close. Any of those three could still win it.
That's right. We were told that she wasn't doing this event because of that bruised heel, but she has been in this position throughout the entire season. A little short there on that opening tumbling pass. There's the U we'll see throughout these floor routines. The crowd goes wild when they see it. Double full immediately to that layout step out.
That was beautiful stuff. Bailey Rowe's going to be one of the leaders of this team next year. She'll be a junior. As a freshman, she completed only on the balance beam. This year she has 4 wins, including 1 in the all-around.
She's worn out.
Bailey Rowe had a 9.85 earlier on the uneven bars and a 9.775 on balance beam. Waiting for the score for Janae Honest is a 9.85. So Angie Sipper originally was in the 3 spot. Now they've moved her up to the 2. Sipper's career high on the vault is a 9.875. But she's had no vaults in the last 3 meets. In a while. Didn't look like it. That's a good vault.
It looked like she was a little late on the twist, but she stayed just in the proper position and just landed it perfect. Watch as she comes into the landing. She's still twisting right here. Opens it up and made it look easy.
In the background, Randy Lane, assistant coach for UCLA, doing the body English along with her. And his face matched your reaction, both surprised that the landing was as clean as it was. 9.8 for Keeker. Maddie Gardner talked about her in her open. 9.85 on the beam. 9.775 on the floor. And a 9.85 on vault.
Beautiful form throughout these connections, holding that handstand.
That's a good handstand.
Setting up for the dismount, giant full. Right to the double tuck. Great job.
And her career is just getting going. She's a sophomore. She's going to be one of the best all-arounders next year. Heck, she's one of the best all-arounders right now. 9.775 for Becky Wing. Nikki McNair, balance beam. Season high 9.875 came here at Utah. Saw Nikki on the vault go 9.875. 9.9 on the uneven bar, so she's had a good night.
I mentioned how powerful she is, and you're going to see that in the amplitude on all of her skills on beam, especially her jumps. We see a lot of the same skills. Hers, just that added height. You saw it there on the side semi. Woo! Beautiful side aerial. Watch this though on her jumps. She almost floats and holds the splits in the air. Finishing double full. Small hop back, but a solid set.
Still time for you to join the conversation. Hashtag Pac-12 Gym. Team competition starting to slide towards Utah. The all-around is still wide open. Bailey Rowe, 9.825. Here's one of those stars of the future here for Utah. Kari Lee, freshman from Arizona. Career high on the floor is a 9.9. She's hit that number 3 times this year. She's got 5 individual wins, 2 on vault, 3 on balance beam, and she's pretty good on floor as well.
It opens triple full. Look at the height there.
Yeah, she's the busiest of all the freshmen, busiest program of the freshmen competing in 3 events. And there's the U.
Followed by the crowd every time.
You know, it's a provincial city. There's a lot of pride in the university as well as the city and the state. So they want you to see that U.
for this final pass. Finishing double tuck.
A lot of height. She wasn't getting tired. Of course not. She's 18. You see, this crowd has already recognized next year's team, and they're letting them know that we're going to be here too. Cipra 9875. Save that landing.
We knew there was going to be lineup changes, but we didn't even know Peng Peng Lee was going to be in the lineup. And now she's vaulting.
Well, she's had a couple of good scores. 4 of 5 have been 9.8 or better, a season high of 9.9 against Stanford. But she was not scheduled to be in the vault.
Well, you mentioned earlier, she had that knee injury a few years back, and this is a tough event to come back on, but you can see tremendous distance. She was a little off center.
It's such a great story. She was Canada's best gymnast in building up to the 2012 games. She was injured, ended her Olympic dream. They still made her a co-captain of that team. She was out nearly 3 years with numerous surgeries and has come all the way back now and competing for UCLA. Maddie Gardner went 9.85. Lucy Paleth now for Oregon State on the uneven bars.
Great save there on that release move down to the low bar. She was short at the handstand. Can make it difficult sometimes to do that glide swing out.
Wow, that was pretty good. You know, Sylvia only joined the bars lineup about halfway through the season, and she's producing a bunch of 9.8s and above.
Well, I feel like all of these teams are really feeding off the energy of this crowd and delivering great gymnastics just like this. Double layout, spots the ground, and just absorbs that energy.
Tanya Chaplin with a nice hug. 9.8 for Nikki McNair. Taylor Rice. Rice earlier in 9.875 on floor. 9.8 on vault. Remember, she did not compete on bars. Coaches will forego those chances to win an all-around individual championship so a team can win a conference title.
And you hear most athletes will say the same thing. It is definitely all about the team.
Got to know that coming into college.
Solid kick over front there. We've talked about that Taylor is a great all-around gymnast. And we've seen her do the bars a few times this year. But remember, they added Elizabeth Price back in. Ooh. Wow. Feet just completely...
Gotta make sure she's all right first.
Completely missed the beam. It looks like a scary and dangerous fall, but it's completely safe.
Taylor's been pretty good on the balance beam this year. She has a win. She's 34th in the country. 7 straight scores of 9.825 or better. And that's not going to be one of them. Finishes with a smile, a brave smile. 9.925 for Kari Lee.
Next up on floor for Utah,
Tori Wilson has been one of the best all-time on floor. Her final routine as a Red Rock at the Huntsman Center. Everybody's got their phones out. She has 2 wins on floor this year.
Big opening right here, double layout.
Way short. She may be hurt. I don't think she's going to finish.
I think she might have hurt something on the takeoff.
And Salt Lake has gone silent. They love this kid. Tom Barton's going to help pick her up and carry her off.
Wow, I think it was her Achilles. She just didn't, yes, you could see that whole leg go limp.
Yeah.
Wow.
definitely lower leg. And as they carry her off, a standing ovation inside the Huntsman Center as they say goodbye to Tori Wilson. Competition moves on. Lee with a 9.85. You know, that's tough even for us to watch because we know her. We've watched her for so long. We were both looking forward to her last floor because it was a chance for the crowd to thank her, and it happens on her first tumbling pass. Sometimes gymnastics can be so cruel. It looks like UCLA's changed their lineup again. That was Lanisha Jopri Irvin. Only time we've seen her tonight, but she is top 25 in the country on the vault. Lucy Paleth goes 9.9 for Oregon State. Chelsea Tang on the bars. Everybody's chasing Utah now with Tori Wilson going down. They have no room for error. It's going to put a lot of pressure on their final three.
Nice combination work. She moves back up to the high bar. Finishing full twisting double back.
Not much wrong with that one by Chelsea Tang.
She was clean throughout this entire routine. Beautiful.
Tang earlier had a 9.725 on beam and a 9.9 on floor. She's not in the all-around. Rice, of course, with the fall, so they'll want to scratch that score. Pauline Hansen. Hansen on the balance beam has gone 9.8 or better in 4 of her last 5. Stanford's had a pretty good start to their balance beam rotation, but they have a long way back. Everybody chasing Utah.
Always tough to rebound after a mistake, but she looks confident, holding that landing.
Number to beat on the balance beam, Peshek, 9.95.
Front aerial. Little balance check there, that connection. See her talking to herself.
Tried to cover it too, didn't she?
She knows she's trying to rebound from that mistake, so every 10th matters. Very nice. Back handspring 1.5 twist, solid landing.
A half grin to say, hey, I had to hold that one, I had to save it. Tori Wilson given just the 1 point. So now it all comes down to Corey Lothrop, Georgia DeBritz, and Becky Tutka.
Another tough position, not just coming off a mistake, but having one of her teammates and very good friend of hers have to be carried off, and of course that was a strong opening there.
Remember that Corey Lothrop went through her own terrible injury, an Achilles back in 2013, missed the entire season. So if that's a similar injury that Tori Wilson just suffered, well, this is the first one she wants to talk to after her mom, who just disappeared down the tunnel behind us.
shift here. Finishes double pike. Nails it.
Well, Lothrop might have been the right person to have up because she's been through so much. And she puts up the U and brings this crowd to its feet.
Oh.
And she just realized her night is over and she can begin worrying about Tori Wilson. That's not about her. That's not about 4 years of gymnastics here, 5 years with the injury. She finally let herself think about her friend.
That was a strong routine, lots of emotion here. This is the final time competing in this arena. This senior class, very strong, means a lot to this team. And
my goodness, I mean, it must have just been a dam that she built just for 2 minutes to get through that. She watched Tori Wilson carried off and then had to step out and perform. 9.85 for Irvin. Wow, that is some dramatic stuff. Sam Pesek, who has a chance in the all-around. It's down to Sam Pesek and Georgia DeBritz one more time. The difference was .050. Pesek needs to go big right here. Oh, step. Don't think it's going to be enough.
well, she knows she's got to stick those landings, and that's exactly what she was going for. You can see right here, she opens it up. Just has to take that little step there.
.985 for Tang. Good rotation for Oregon State. And here's Katiana McMillan, who's had a nice night. McMillan may have a chance to finish top 3 in the all-around. She's gone 9.9 on vault, 9.9 on floor, 9.825 on beam.
This has been a beautiful routine. Double layout above the bar. Wow, these dismounts are excellent. Really seem to be picking up momentum at the backside of this rotation as well.
Next up, on beam for Stanford,
Hansen with a 9.75. Here's Vakulik.
New combination there to that full twisting back handspring. Solid back handspring layout, step out. Finishing double full. Good night for her.
Sure is. A sophomore, she's going to be fun to watch over the next 2 years. Well, for the last time inside the Huntsman Center, here's Georgia DeBritz on one of her signature events, the floor. DeBritz is number 6 in the country on floor. She has 7 victories. This crowd has nurtured her and loved her for 4 years, and this is their chance to say goodbye. She needs a 9.775 to win the Pac-12 All-Around Championship.
She opens pike full in. Very nice.
Last year, She entered 3 events and won all 3 at the Pac-12 Championships. Was not part of the all-around. Now she can win it. You wonder how much is going through her mind. Tori Wilson's injury. Earlier this year, she lost her club coach, Laura Teba. 15,000 people. A chance at a legacy. It all finishes here on the floor.
Well, this crowd is going wild. They have watched this routine over and over, done to near perfection. Right here, finished with that triple full. Lots of emotions. For these fans, for these athletes, I feel emotional right now.
9-8 for Peshek. Jordan Williams to finish the meet for UCLA on vault. This is her normal spot. She's top 20 on the vault and has a 9.95 in 3 of her last 4. Wow, that was solid.
Strong vault for her.
Tori Wilson had the 10 earlier on vault, so you'd have to go perfect to match her for the Pac-12 Championship. 9.75 from Katiana McMillan. Erica Afiero, we saw her with a 9.875 on vault.
Big opening release to Katja with beautiful form. Winding up double layout. This has been a strong rotation for them.
They don't have a lot of seniors. Taylor Keeker, who we've seen today, is a senior. Chelsea Tang, of course, is a senior. Oregon State has a strong core. 9.85 for Vakulik. Nice to see Christina Vakulik go out strong. Ivana Hong finishes for Stanford, anchor spot on the beam.
She is beautiful on this event, opening with that Anodi directly connected to the back handspring. Solid back handspring layout, step out. All around today, the balance beam has been a very strong rotation for a lot of these teams. In fact, I'm not sure we saw a team count a fall on this event. So that makes this championship a lot closer.
Ivana Hong for Stanford. You know, they were just such a tantalizing team to watch all year, Stanford, because you could see if they could put 4 rotations together, they could be as good as any team in this conference. Georgia DeBritz, 9.95 is enough to clinch the all-around championship. And here's your final performance, not just of the meet, but of a career. Becky Tutka, one of the 4 seniors for Utah, finishing on floor.
Opening tuck full in. Wow, right to that white line. She
Didn't
kept
put
her
the heel
up.
down. She knew she was close, didn't put it down. Tutka last week at Georgia went 9.925 and won the floor.
What a moment.
And here comes all the emotion from Becky Tutka as well. She came all the way from Pennsylvania. All year long she has been limited to floor. And just stays in on that opening tumbling pass. And towards the end of the routine, just trying to finish it. And it ends in tears. Georgia DeBritz first to greet her, but they'll line up for their hugs. Megan Marsden getting in there. What an emotional night for the Red Rocks at home, winning their first Pac-12 championship. Georgia DeBritz, her first all-around championship. Watching Tori Wilson go 10, but then losing Tori Wilson to an injury on the floor. That's college athletics. That's gymnastics. The Pac-12 Women's Gymnastics Championships has been presented by State Farm. It pays to double check. Talk to your agent today. Salt Lake City is the state capital. Over 1 million people call Salt Lake home. Founded in 1847, and now, latest sensation, the Red Rocks of the University of Utah. And Georgia DeBritz, a 4-time Pac-12 champion. And now our State Farm Get to a Better State salutes her first Pac-12 all-around championship. On the vault, Georgia DeBritz, 9.975. On the bars, a 9.925. On the balance beam, a 9.925. And on the floor, a 9.95. Amanda Morton is standing by with Megan Marsden, co-head coach of the University of Utah.
Well, there were lots of highs and lows tonight, but how special is it to win the Pac-12 title on your home turf in front of your loyal fans?
Well, it's incredible, and there's no question that this is something we've all dreamed about, and we're really glad that we've brought a Pac-12 championship, a second one right here in the Huntsman Center.
Well, Tori Wilson, one of our favorites, started the night with a perfect 10. How is she after she injured herself?
Well, I haven't had a chance to see her. Somebody needed to help continue things on here, but that makes our evening very bittersweet. Tori's one of our seniors and one of our leaders, one of our captains, and to see her go down was devastating. I give the other 3 seniors after her a lot of credit for pulling it together and winning the championship for her and all of us.
Well, they have been the leaders of this team this year. There were a lot of emotions out there tonight.
Well, there were. I mean, we had those 3 seniors that then finished up. That was their last time here in the Huntsman Center in their career. So I know there were a lot of tears.
Well, they put on a great show, and it was fun to watch. Thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the season.
Georgia DeBritz with the spoils of victory. Your all-around champion for the first time, a 5-time champion. And actually, because she wins part of the floor, she's a 6-time champion. Utah wins it with a 198-150. UCLA is second. Stanford third. Oregon State ends up fourth. Take a look at your individual champions. Georgia DeBritz wins the all-around with a 39.775. That's a big number. Tori Wilson, the high and the low of the night, a 10, and then was injured. Samantha Peshek wins the balance beam. Corey Lothrop, Elizabeth Price on the uneven bars. Sisler, Peshek, and DeBritz share the floor. That is going to do it for us. For Mike James, your producer. Tim Lay, your director. Joel Farbstein, your AD. Lauren Jensen, stage manager, my partner, Amanda Borton. I'm Jim Watson saying so long from Salt Lake City. Utah wins the Pac-12 Championship. Pac-12 Gymnastics